When DeSean Jackson was announced as head coach of Delaware State University, he had two clear goals in mind: win the MEAC Championship and Celebration Bowl in his first year. Many thought it was impossible, but Jackson made his goal plain.
These young men over here, I can see it in their eyes. They've been waiting for this for a long time, but it's deserving of them to have a guy like me who can mentor them, lead them in the right direction. But when I come through the door, I look at you guys as young men. When you leave out that door, you will become grown men. So in installing principles, character, wisdom, and just a belief system. Celebration Bowl, we ain't waiting. We want to be there this year. We want to win the MEAC this year. We ain't waiting. I'm telling you right now, if you want to be great, anything's possible.
In his first year, his team did the impossible, as Jackson lifted a team that had only won 2 games in 2 seasons to a team sitting on top of the conference. The transition to becoming a coach wasn't easy, as Jackson himself acknowledged.
Just being able to be on this side of it now, and there was a lot of things that I didn't know being a head coach that, I respect a lot of my head coaches a lot more now. Some of the stuff doesn't even have to do with football. It's just, how do you motivate these guys to go to class? How do you motivate them to be young men, community citizens, and, respectful men just in the community? So I think, for me, it's not even the football. Football is only a small portion of it. The culture definitely around here is trending in the right direction. I don't think it's quite where we want it to be, but at least we installed it and the guys know what to expect, and we won't accept nothing less.
But he and his coaching staff clearly stepped up to the challenge, leading the Hornets to an impressive display against in-state rival, the University of Delaware. Their matchup against their now FBS rivals opened up the eyes of many to the potential of this team in the Jackson era. But one of the first tests will be against Norfolk State and Jackson's former Eagles teammate, Michael Vick. The matchup between the two former Eagles stars would prove to be so significant that it would be moved to Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is a world-class stage for 2 incredible teams to not only showcase their grit and talent, but to provide these student athletes with incredible networking opportunities that will inspire, empower, and help shape their future.
This is historic. For the MEAC conference in their 55th year. It's historic for the people of Delaware and the people of Virginia, in addition to Norfolk State University and the great Delaware State.
DeSean hit me up and just thought, asked me what I thought about it. Instantly I just thought about, how much it would take to get this done. But from the time he called me to up until now, it got done very quickly, and I think it's the best thing for both schools. It's a great opportunity for us. It's going to be very competitive, and that's what me and DeSean is. We've been in the huddle together. We came back in games together. We came out swinging and smoking in games together. And so, this is an opportunity for us to really put what we've learned over the last year on display.
But before the duel, Delaware State would receive significant national attention, as ESPN's First Take was set to do a live broadcast from the campus the day before their matchup against Norfolk State. First Take was led by Stephen A. Smith, Winston-Salem State University alumnus with a passion for HBCUs as strong as the conviction of his opinions.
Well, what I love about it personally is that people that have succeeded on the NFL level, that aspire to be coaches, they're getting the opportunity to do just that. And to have the opportunity to do it at an HBCU where they're coaching kids who look like them, share their cultural identity, their backgrounds, and what have you. There's a profound level of experience, advice, counsel, etc. that these guys are obviously capable of providing and wouldn't hesitate to do so. And so when I look at it from that standpoint, I'm incredibly happy knowing a guy like DeSean Jackson, a guy like Clint Portis, and what they brought to the table on the NFL level, to see the wisdom that they can impart upon these kids, not just on the football field, but off the football field. It's something that I find to be invaluable.
The First Take appearance and a winning Delaware State team that entered the game with a 5-3 record energized the campus, as several students clearly recognized.
The energy on campus leading up to our NSU-DSU game has been everything. It's truly been a lot of buzz on campus. The line just to get the tickets and the bus tickets to the game has been really, really long, really, really crowded. So a lot of students are excited, and I'm excited that students want to get involved and show support for the Delaware State University football. So to have ESPN here at Delaware State University, taping a live show, getting the students involved, showing HBCU culture. It's what's important in order to make sure that our HBCUs are getting recognized for the culture that we bring to sports, to entertainment. It's all around what is supposed to be here at our university. So it's super great to see that our coach and our school is being represented in a way that it hasn't been in a very long time.
And it wasn't just students who felt the renewed energy around their winning football program. University President Tony Allen and his administration also felt the renewed interest around the team.
We've been elevating our profile for a long, long time, and now everybody's noticing.
This is not just a defining moment. It's building on history that was established here at Delaware State. It's giving our university athletics, and particularly football, national exposure on a great platform.
This particular moment is special, not just for Delaware State, but for the entire HBCU community.
On Thursday evening, it was time for the main event. 47,000 fans showed up to support Michael Vick and DeSean Jackson in a game that was sure to go down in HBCU history.
We're here at the home of the Super Bowl champions, and that stadium's almost to capacity with players that are, or with fans that are watching Black college football.
Listen, these two legends are leading HBCU programs. It's not only big for HBCU programs, but it's actually big for our community. So to have them here at the Linc is huge.
In the game, Norfolk State and Delaware State found themselves chasing two different goals. For Norfolk State, they entered the matchup 1-7, looking to secure a huge victory over a red-hot Delaware State team to build a foundation of winning. For Delaware State, the goal was the same as when DeSean Jackson first arrived in Dover: win the MEAC Championship and Celebration Bowl. And Jackson had to go through his former quarterback to get there. In the end, Delaware State earned the 27-20 victory. In the post-game press conference, Jackson and Vick put the game into perspective.
We had 7 games before this, and every game it was hard to not think about this game. So I'm glad we're here, we're over with it. That moment, at the middle of the field with Michael, man, I truly look up to him. He's always been a big bro to me. We're in a position where we're inspiring and changing young men's lives at HBCU, man. It don't get no better than that. This is the first time in history 2 players of the magnitude of me and Michael Vick, who are former teammates, that played at this, for this organization, to play versus each other in their first year of coaching. So, man, history writes itself. I told my players, man, write history how you want to be written. It's right. We wrote history.
You got to play 4 quarters of football, and you got to limit the mistakes. A team that makes the least amount of mistakes is probably that's going to come out victorious majority of the time. And once again, it wasn't us. I commend my guys for the effort. They played hard. They played with heart, and everything they did was intentional. I never thought I'd be looking across the field, watching him coach, and I know vice versa for him. As I continue to grow in my coaching career, I can see this, being something that I'm growing to love. It's a marathon, not a race, and like I said, every day matters.
But outside of the duel on the field, the HBC football world emerged as the biggest winner. The game drew record attendance at over $1 million in ticket revenue, per a report by Delaware State alumna and the Breakfast Club news correspondent, Lauren LaRosa.
We talked about numbers yesterday. I talked to President Tony Allen, who's the president of Del State, last night, and he said, and we talked about it this morning, that the total in attendance ended up being 47,266 people, or tickets sold, and they made north of $1 million last night, but they were still calculating as I spoke to them, and all of that, gets to go to the schools. They will look out for Norfolk State as well too. So love to see what went down last night.
So dropping a clues bomb for Delaware State. Absolutely.
When asked if the two teams should face off in Philadelphia again, Vick had an interesting answer that spoke volumes even through humor.
No, it felt more like a home game for them.
But next
time they'll come to us.
Now, DeSean Jackson continues arguably one of the biggest journeys in his football career, with the elusive Celebration Bowl he promised Delaware State within reach.
This game is about history.
This game is all about the coach.
All about the coach.
This game is about changing the narrative.
This game is about elevation.
This game is about legends and legacy.
This game is about favor, God's favor.
This game is about everything.